Great hot takes across the board, buddy. Great hot takes. It's up to you. The chat is out there. The poll is out there. Let us know who you think won hot takes. And please, 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 help me remember at the end of the night who won. Because I have no idea. I forget about it, especially on a Friday having a few drinks. I forget about checking the poll at the end of the night. Let me know so we can figure out.
Jordan won on Wednesday.
Yeah, Jordan won on Wednesday.
Oh, did you? Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Yeah, I know he did.
It was only GR voting.
7 topics. I got 2.
2. We've been talking for a long time. A lot of stuff going on, everybody, because now it's time for us to get into it. Come on.
Woo.
All right, everybody. Now it's time to get into it. The very first thing I want to talk about right now is Jonathan Majors. Of course, he's back in the news. He was supposed to be going to trial this week, and now it has been pushed and delayed until April 8th. And we won't have an actual verdict until then, what his sentencing will be. But that goes down. But on top of that, the reason why I want to talk about this at all, it'd be breaking news just by itself. But then more women have come forward to be like, Jonathan Majors assaulted me. Shocking, yes. So his former girlfriend, Emma Duncan, came forward and she said that she accused him of emotionally and physically abusing her, including choking her and throwing her around and bruising her when they were in a relationship. Another girl came forward, Maura Hopper, and she said also that he was emotionally abused. And emotional abuse can be it's very vague to me, but still, 2 women coming forward. And on top of that, people from different productions came forward too. And especially on, there were, Lovecraft, is that called? What's it called? Lovecraft.
Yeah, something like that.
On Lovecraft, yeah. They were saying that on Lovecraft, he was confronting all the women, and he was telling them he was really weird confrontations with them. All of them coworkers, they all complained to the network about him too, and the network didn't do anything about it. And he was just going after them, and the network just let it happen because he was the lead person on the production. And they had over 20 people have come forward since this actual breakdown of him being convicted.
He got convicted.
Yeah, he got convicted. 20 people have come forward from productions and from ex-girlfriends. But those are the ones that have come forward. I know, GR, right? And he still says he has never struck a woman.
To be fair, there was a whole thing about other women coming forward before he even went to trial.
Yes.
But they couldn't compound it and put it in one case.
100%.
So I don't think that it's like a jump on a bandwagon situation. There might be some, don't get me wrong, but I do. There was a lot of reports from people who were, which is why they decided to prosecute the way they did, that people were coming forward about his behavior in New York alone.
Mm-hmm. I went down the wrong pipe.
That's funny.
But again, it was more like
hate crap.
Hate crap. I like that, Racer X. It's awesome. But then again, I had a feeling this was going to happen. Like when I saw this today, I was going to do breaking news about, they moved the trial. That makes sense to me. It happens all the time. He wasn't even there in court when they had the actual
just
discussion.
Like in the comics.
He was virtually there for 5 minutes or something like that. And, honestly, they're trying to push it. They're taking more time. Prosecution needs more time. They're going to find out how they're going to do that. And then this shocked me, but it didn't shock me because, again, we knew there were other women. They were saying there were other women, and now it's being released and it's coming forward that there's more people saying that, he'd abused me too. And that's why the prosecution was moving forward against him and saying this was a real case and that it wasn't, they were trying to throw it out. They're like, no, it's a real case. So that must have been what pushed it over the edge to me. Again, we don't really know all the facts yet. This is stuff coming forward, but still, it makes me wonder about his career because he did that whole interview where he was sitting down being like, I didn't strike a woman. He's trying to help himself. He's trying to fix his career. He got fired from Disney. Sabrina, do you think he had a chance even before this? Do you think that this is going to be the nail in the casket? Or do you think that, this will be shunned away and he'll eventually get back to being Jonathan Majors, the next big thing for Hollywood?
I don't think it'll ever be the next big thing again because that's kind of a one-time situation. But I do think he will work again. I don't think it's going to be very soon, but I do think that it will happen, unfortunately, because that's the society we live in. I feel like this precipice of other people coming.
I wonder what you're thinking about, Sabrina.
Or something it's just something. He's always ready for something. Or he's just really good at duck face. Is he young enough to be a duck face
maybe
person? I don't know.
That's a good question.
But Sound went out on my end. Do I not have sound anymore?
Oh, do you not hear Sabrina?
Am I gone?
No, I just love that picture. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So, can't hear me. Can you hear me now? That's because
Yeah.
YouTube censored me. They know I was going to say some fucked up shit. They were like, shut her up. No, I'm just kidding. Can everyone hear me now? Are we good? Am I back? Yep. No? Maybe?
Oh, it says you're muted.
I'm not muted. I don't have a mute.
No, you shouldn't be muted.
You
No,
requested
she's
to
not
unmute
muted.
my mic? Okay.
No, sorry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's
I
fine.
hit unmute. Now I fucked it up, right?
Yeah, don't unmute it. Yeah, you mute it again.
So do this.
Yeah,
Am I
that's
right?
fine. You guys can hear it, right?
You're
This is doing
fine.
great. We're doing great. This is the 19th technical problem we've had today.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Welcome back to LA, everybody. Have a drink.
Yeah. Well, hey, by the way, cheers, motherfuckers.
Give me a second. I don't have my switchboard tonight.
Okay,
Everybody,
they can hear me. They can hear me. We're good. We're good.
I don't have my
Okay, sound
switchboard.
came back.
Jordan's having some issues apparently too.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so yeah, basically, I'm not surprised at all. And I think that a part of his celebrity allowed these other cases that had come forward to be suppressed until this case came forward. Because a lot of times when these things happen, they're like 19 other women came out like very, very publicly. And for what it was with him, it was kind of like through the DA's office. Apparently, it was like friends tweeting or people, not friends of his, but like people who had known him tweeting about how all these other women, it was kind of like ambiguous and vague. However, like when other things are happening with other people, there's, and of course you can't let one thing cloud another. And again, what's it called? Precursor? No, not what's something? Disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. Okay, I'm not
You studied to be a lawyer though.
I did study to be a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer.
She's very knowledgeable.
And every state has
Well said, Zach.
whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like it just yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Shit.
I really love Zach Seymour.
Zach, drink.
Some people get annoyed, but I love it. Zach, do you have a stand-up show tonight? I wish I was in fucking Nashville. I would love to come see you.
Zach, drink.
Anyway, I'm just saying. My point is definitely the Marvels. By the way, Racer X, to answer your question. My point is,
But Sabrina, didn't that you said people would hire him, right?
eventually, like Kevin Spacey's
Kevin
getting
Spacey's
jobs now.
coming back, yeah.
People are getting, and I mean, people, he will get jobs again. I don't think it's going to be immediately.
The Marvels is worse. Racer X.
100%.
Racer, give it a chance. Look in the credits. Brian Kruse is in the credits. Sorry. Continue, Sabrina.
Yeah, he's really upset. He worked on Quantum Mania.
Yeah, I was Paul Rudd.
Marvel's Razor.
Also, by the way, Quantum Mania, I mean, if you don't want to look at Michelle Pfeiffer looking hot as fuck as the 60-something-year-old woman, that's insane. I was so attracted to her. It was ridiculous. And also,
Everybody was.
Well, and Brian said she's even hotter in person, which is alarming.
Definitely hotter in person. Oh my God.
Alarming. And you know what? The best acting in that entire movie by Jonathan Majors is when he was with Michelle Pfeiffer. The rest of it was all of his
She
low-key
looked good enough to
bullshit.
eat in that movie.
Yeah,
Absolutely. For anyone involved, by the way.
Thanks, Pep Star.
And also, what's his nuts? The guy who got throat cancer from eating pussy. What's his name?
I still don't believe that story, but Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas, also amazing, hilarious, fucking riding ants. And I think there's a lot of good. But the guy with the holes, I loved him.
He was great.
Cheaty was great.
I got holes.
Yeah, it was great. There was a lot of funny parts. Like I understand like that it maybe wasn't everything everyone thought it would be, but I thought it was fun and I laughed a lot. And I enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot of good acting performances, and there was a lot of good characters. What's his name? Oh my God, my brain is fucked today. The Ghostbusters, the guy, but Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's
cameo was amazing.
Oh shit, my microphone.
And the illusion that they were fucking while she was down there and the whole job. Like there was just this whole, I don't know. I really thought that it was not terrible. MODOK, yes.
Yeah.
MODOK.
Mike Modoc.
Fuck, yes,
Mike
MODOK.
Doc.
Dude, MODOK was great. And especially at the end when he was like, did I do a good job? I mean, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. He's like, you kind of look like a baby Bjorn. He's like, shut the fuck up. It was really
Yeah.
There was a lot of really good, funny moments, in my opinion.
Like a Bjorn. We had, but Sabrina run those scenes when I was
Yeah,
working.
because Brian had to do all those
I
lines.
had to do
for
a
Paul.
little bit like a Bjorn. Like we kept running those lines.
I
over and over again.
literally laughed my ass off though, like even doing that. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it's fucking funny. And I think the daughter did a really good job. I think that what's her nuts? Evangeline Lilly was probably the weakest link, which is annoying because she, a big part of it. But whatever. My point is, the movie was not terrible. It was not terrible. I know people pan it. I know it didn't make a shit ton of money. And yeah, there you go, Brian. Exactly. That's weird to look at, but it was very funny and the acting was great.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Corey Saul?
Corey Saul.
Corey Saul.
Yeah.
Friend of the show. Love that guy.
But Sabrina, so Jonathan Majors, he did that movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. You segued me onto you, so I apologize for backing you up. What do you want from me now?
He did that movie. I think that this whole thing, I don't know, Sam, Jordan's doing something. I think he's in the bathroom. I don't know, Sam, Jordan.
He's just doing a close up on his forehead.
Great forehead.
Are you taking a shit in a camping bucket, buddy? What's going on? Buster, buddy, can you not do that on the patio?
Right. You're right, Queen. You're right. I think overall, I think that what happened with that, with Jonathan Majors, I don't know if he'll come back.
He will eventually. It's not going to be anytime
soon,
soon, but he will.
I think that he has a twisted past, and I think that he maybe he just was not a good relationship person, and he maybe
relationship person.
Maybe
that's not. Those aren't the words you use. He's an abuser. Period.
Yes.
Period.
GR, do you think that
said he's a serial abuser?
Yes.
Yeah, GR, do you think that after like more allegations, I mean, of course, the sentence has been delayed. Do you think after
really
all these
quick,
allegations,
Brian, really quick.
Yeah.
Yes, fucking sir. Razor X, greatest thing I ever heard. So
in the comics,
they were doing backflips for him, and I'm like, he was like Shatnering all day with his pauses. He was overacting so many fucking times. Like it didn't land for me. I know a lot of people loved it. It never landed for me. And like, not that has anything to do with this, but I don't mind losing him. He can fuck himself kindly.
And Marvel can replace him if they want, and I think they should go with Doctor Doom. There's a lot of situations they go towards. Denzel. Denzel's the best choice still at the end of the day. But GR, do you think that he'll be okay, or do you think that these allegations will keep moving forward, more women will come forward, and he's pretty much just done?
Yeah, bottom line is he's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
He's not a real man. Any man that hits a woman isn't a man.
Not a man. You're right. You fucking don't do that.
Amen.
You don't fucking do that.
I mean, any of those women want somebody, I'll bitch slap the son of a bitch. I don't give a fuck how big he is. You think he's a badass? I'll show you a badass with one finger.
Oh, shit. You were a badass. You're so badass.
After you parachute in there, and I'm real scared about it.
He has talent. Will he make a comeback? Yes, somebody will give the asshole a job. But
Are you shocked about these allegations coming forward more? Are you shocked about this, or is this more par for the course?
No, because in Hollywood, well, in any lawsuit of anybody of fame, if you're a bad guy, all of a sudden, every woman you've ever dated or every guy you've ever dated, whatever gender you are, is going to, oh, he did this to me. He did that. He may have done it. He may not have. We have proof in one case. He was a dirtbag. But come on. He didn't abuse every person he's ever dated. But that's what the news is going to say, because it's going to get them money in the end. And that's what it's all about. They don't give a fuck about whether he did or didn't. They want from him.
There'll always be more people trying to take advantage, of course, GR. That will happen. Like I said, the person that's like emotionally abused me. Like, of course, I don't know. I don't know your relationship. I don't know what you went through. And, emotionally abusive is different than physically abusing somebody. Again, if you're belittling them, the way he was talking about with Jabari, where he knew that her ex-boyfriend killed himself. And then he kept saying, I'm going to kill myself. That's abusive. And that's emotional abuse right there. Something like that, that's not called for. You don't do that when you love somebody, relationship with somebody.
No, I agree. He was a dirtbag in what he did. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that in too many cases of abuse for either gender, all of a sudden, all the people that ever dated that person come out of the woodwork and say, oh, he did it or she did it to me too.
You bring a Bible. Yeah, it's going to happen. He did bring a Bible, Racer X, to the courtroom.
That's bullshit. Yeah, bringing the Bible was a total theatrical bullshit.
Ron, how do you feel about this? Do you think that this is going to keep happening? More and more women will come forward because it's writing on the wall, or do you think that he will be able to surpass this shit, be fine, and come back to Hollywood even stronger?
I think women are feeling empowered and they're able to do this more and more, come out and talk about it.
They should.
Which I don't. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that they probably felt safe enough doing it before, and I think the tables have turned just enough. Women in power that that they can do it, and I think it's great. Mental abuse is abuse, also.
Yeah, it is abuse.
Is he going to come back? I'm with Sabrina. He will. You know what? He'll come back on a sitcom on CW.
I love that, Ron. But the thing is, like, look at Kevin Spacey's coming back too. I just think that at the end of the day, like he's coming back. There's a lot. See, he won his lawsuits, and so now he's being hired again and again and again.
He won his lawsuits because they were from 1,000,000 years old, and there's literally no. What proof do you have? What proof do you have from 1,000,000 years ago? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
But Ron, do you think that at the end of the day that this is just like, do you think this is going to happen? Were you pretty much sure, like, after this court case, there'd be more women probably too in his life that would come forward?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's kind of how I felt too. Like when I saw this, I was like, oh, this just makes sense to me, because how the emotional abuse and the physical abuse, it just seems like that's who he is. And they keep saying, especially ever that worked with him on Lovecraft, they were saying that that's just how he treats people. He belittled people. And they say he secludes himself. He's very dedicated to his craft, which is fine. You be dedicated to craft, but you still have to treat people a certain way. You still treat people a certain way. And apparently, women especially, he was always belittling and talking down to, and again, emotionally abusing. And then there's a physical abuse.
I mean, who does that? It's so.
A lot of people, unfortunately.
And he had everything going for him.
It irritates the fuck out of me.
He had everything going for him. It really upsets me. But you have, like, there's a lot of actors that like want that and have been driving for it and would love to be where he was at. And he was a military kid and he was pushing for it. And then you still you let yourself do that kind of shit. Like there's a lot of people that deserve it more than you. That's what I'm saying at the end of the day.
It sounds a bit entitled.
Yeah.
How many sets have you worked on where you have had to sit and wait for hours and hours because an actor wouldn't come out of their trailer? Or because an actor didn't fucking show up? Or because, I worked, all the fucking time. And it's like, why don't you just hire someone who will do the fucking job?
Good job.
How about that? I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Why would you hire Lindsay Lohan on fucking Herbie the Love Bug after the 19,000 things that she did that are fucked up? And I'm comfortable throwing her under the bus. I won't throw other people under the bus. Maybe Paris Hilton. I worked on a House of Wax. That fucking bitch never showed the fuck up either. And I'm like, why would you hire Paris Hilton?
So
she's like this with one eye. She's like, that's hot. Nobody gives a fuck. Fuck you, lazy eye Sally. I just don't. The best thing I've ever watched her in was South Park, and it wasn't even her. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to take a back seat and live your fucking rich ass fucking Hilton life with your parents.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you are oh, we'll get this famous heiress who fucking did a reality show, which made her look like a fucking asshole, and put her starring in a movie. And then when she doesn't show up 9 days in a row, for me, I just sat in a fucking trailer and fucking waited and got paid. So it wasn't terrible. But at the same time,
you have to tell us how you really feel about this stuff.
I always do, baby. I always do.
I did a show. It was a behind the scenes of a talk show, the Larry Sanders Show, and we had everybody come through there. And two vivid memories I have was Sharon Stone coming through, wet hair, no makeup, with her team. She knew her marks. She knew where the lights were. She was ready for makeup. She was amazing. I loved her. Ryan O'Neal, Farrah Fawcett, they never came out of the trailer until lunch.
It's why I don't know why you would want to first of all, working on set and being an actor and working that many hours, why would you want to hold production up?
Oh my God, right?
You don't want to be there that long, but you want them to be there for twice as long as you because you're fucking.
What happened?
Oh, we lost her.
Yeah. I don't get that.
Can you hear me?
Oh, your audio going
No,
out?
we can't.
Gone.
Oh, maybe the
good.
audio went out for a second.
Brian, stop fucking with my audio.
I don't know what's happening tonight. It's called glitch night. Glitchiness.
But really quickly, I know it's Jordan's turn in about 10 seconds, but I just want to say, GR, I know what you're saying 100% about how people come out of the woodwork. I get that. However, I would say out of like let's say percentage wise,
Yeah.
at least 85 to 90% of those people were actually abused by that person.
No,
There's going to be a bandwagon bitch here and there. You know what I mean?
Sabrina. I agree with you.
I'm just saying, like there's no one who just all of a sudden decides to hit people. Like you like it's something that it's hard to stop. It's like an addiction almost.
Oh,
And, it's like okay, Peppy knows. I don't hit you, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. It's like
You not hit Peppy.
It's like a compulsion, and it's something that you get used to, and it's something that you don't know how to control. So, like, I believe that there may have been relationships where he didn't do that, but it's probably much more few and far between. And maybe one of those girls are like, wait, all these bitches are getting money. I'll jump in there. I agree with that. However, I do believe that mostly anyone he's been in a serious relationship, he did abuse. Yep. And I'm going to also say probably mostly physically. Like there may be a moment where he was just mentally abusive before he graduated to be physically abusing people. Fine. But also, this is not the first woman he hit. It's definitely not the first woman he hit at his fucking age. And especially there were directors and people that worked with him on set that said that he was abusive to them as well. Like he's just a person who needs a lot of mental fucking health therapy. That's it. He needs to focus on himself. He needs to figure out what's going on. And he needs to find a way to, become a fucking whole person where he's not going to take his shit out on another person. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone in the world has mental health issues. I deal with my shit in a fucked up way. But I don't fucking beat people up.
Some of us are perfect.
You know what I mean?
Let's face it.
Yeah.
You what?
Nobody's perfect.
My GR is apparently.
Some of us are perfect.
Except for if he jumps out of a plane. Then he's very upset. He does not like it. It's terrifying.
You jump out of a plane. Mine was a helicopter, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, you seemed like you did not really care for it. I like this. Gremlins are wait, is there a Gremlins movie? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, we're talking about that later.
Sabotaging the
I
show.
know. I was joking. By the way, we have a request.
He's right. Racer is correct.
I think we lost Jordan.
Drink.
We lost him about 15 minutes ago.
I know. I've been trying
but he wasn't on screen, GR. Don't tell everyone.
I was trying to.
Days and wasted nights.
We did a big test with Jordan, so I don't know what happened. There he is. I see his forehead. What's happening, Jordan?
You gotta back up, bro. I don't know what you're.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, but look at that picture. That looks nothing like it. What's that from when he's 12?
I think he's had one too many drinks.
I really wanted to see what Jordan was going to say about this. But, the thing is, Jonathan Majors, at the end of the day, I think his career is done for now. And I think that what he's done, he needs to take a minute, sit down. And he's getting married. He's getting married to Megan Good. But he needs to sit down for a second and be like,
he's going to go to therapy and rehab and just like Tiger Woods was like, I'm not cheating on my wife. I'm going to sex rehab and now I play golf again. Like there's always an out. There's always a fucking out.
But he needs to fix himself. He'd take a moment, sit down, and figure it out.
Not the level he was, but he'll be back.
Yeah, well, he's not King the Conqueror anymore. He did that to himself. And I think he's have a lot of legal trouble coming forward for the next few years. And he won't be in the big picture for a long time. But I think he will come back. And I think that end of the day, take care of yourself, man.
He wishes, Queen.
Right?
Where's my hearts? God damn it.
I love that, Queen.
But end of the day, he's being accused of more allegations of abuse. And we'll see what happens with Jonathan Majors.